Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday show on the Mike O'Mara Show. Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan, New York. Andersonville in Chicago, Illinois. Chandler, Arizona. Round Rock, Texas. Midland, Virginia. And Zeballos, British Columbia in Canada. The Mike O'Mara Show is on the air right now. All right, I'm going to do a little embarrassing now, all right?
For
and
who?
I want, just zip it. I ask both of you to zip it and give me the floor.
Please.
Because I need the floor.
The floor is yours.
And I need the floor for a chunk of time.
All right.
So, bear with me. We'll start with we are the threesome that you see every single day. We don't have threesomes, but we are the threesome.
Well,
And so, where do I begin? I'm going to start. The whole thing revolves around a lot of thinking that I did over the last 24 hours. And I'm going to start with Rob Spiewak, all right?
mm-hmm.
And this concerns my kid's birthday. And I don't want any questions online. I don't want any specifics. I'm going to tell you what I think I can tell you without ridiculously embarrassing people, all right? So the bottom line, first of all, we start with Rob, all right? Rob lost a uncle who was more like a brother to him, who was his mother's baby brother. And it added to, it was sudden, it was unexpected. Rob was extremely close to this guy. Rob, a couple of days ago in the afternoon, spent time with his mom, consoling his mom. Just another in the series of bad moments he's had. And people have that happen occasionally. Rob has been through the ringer in 2023 and part of 2022.
Majority of 2022.
And then through all that crap and all that, not only is Rob, taken one day to be with his family, and we respected that too, but my kid, a package arrives at my house, unsolicited, unasked for, a gift for my kid's birthday, a gaming mouse that came yesterday on his birthday. And so, now I'll move on to the next person here. It's no secret that while we're in this little dip, Oscar Santana has delayed his payments because he knows that in my case, this is my only source of income. And, in Rob's case, he gets from both places, but he needs the share of the show. And so your share of the show. And it's happened more than one time. And it happens every time we go through these periods of time. We don't make a point of coming on here and whining and complaining, but I think it's important to point out when people do things, selflessly. This is the second time now that I won't mention the amount, but Oscar has contributed to actually a fund for my kids' education, because Oscar's family values education. Oscar values education. And again, I sat there and said, this is a guy who's not collecting a paycheck from me yet, because he's always the one that takes the bullet during the bad times. Through all the ups and downs of the 14 years we've worked together, there is one consistent that I work with good guys. I work with guys that through attrition, it ended up being the three of us. And I am humbled by it. I don't think I'm worthy of it. And I really, really think that there's a situation that, I will look back on these years as I was very, very fortunate. I mean, I consider you two some of my best friends in the world, and it just was last night just sitting there. I didn't say anything to Carla. didn't say anything to anybody else, just sat there and thought about it. I said, here's a guy going through another horrible time in his life that takes time out to think about my son. Here's a guy that is every day fighting the good fight for what I do, making my job easier, and then takes the time, once again, unsolicited, to do that for my kid. So the long and short of it, we fight all the time on this show. We give each other crap all the time. But from my end of things, it is humbling and delightful to have two people that bring this to the table. You know, not only do we give you a show that I think is as good as anything out there every day, no matter what the circumstances are. And you say, well, what about the other day, Rob? No, F you. Don't get me in the weeds. Because if I keep rambling, I will spin off and do something terrible that I don't want to say. That's all I wanted to say. And everybody should be aware of that. I don't want anybody saying anything nice to me. Please, I'll get pissed if you do. Because I am grateful. This is all about me expressing gratitude to Rob Spiewak and gratitude to Oscar Santana, and just saying, you know, it's not unnoticed. And by the way, the only thing I'll say about myself is we have a structure on this show where I am relatively certain that there is no feeling of obligation on either one of these guys. I sure hope there isn't. I think this is two people that do things out of the goodness of their heart, and it's just it's wonderful. So, you know, when I reflect on it, it makes me humble. It makes me grateful. It makes me want to do this till I'm 85. And it makes me want to also kick this show into overdrive. And this is not a solicitation. This is just saying, if you like the show, spread the word about the show. Let everybody know about the show. We'll get through this difficult time.
Yeah.
We need all the help. And
telling somebody about it. It's just as powerful as anything else you could do.
It really
is.
So
true.
And we're just it's so humbling and so appreciated. So that's all I wanted to say.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, of course.
That was very sweet. I think that's the nicest you've ever been to us.
Top 3.
Definitely top 3.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Shut up. So anyway, the birthday fun yesterday.
Yes.
Was it fun?
No.
Did you like the graphic?
Yeah, loved it.
Oh, it was a
Loved
beautiful graphic.
Loved the video presentation on the show.
Yes.
Great social of you and him talking Russian to each other.
Oranges gets back from his 6-week vacation, we'll be able to,
Mike,
zip some stuff in.
Oranges, and a nickname is born.
Thank you very much.
Mike, I'm going to pull up the picture of you and your son that I built and put together. And when I tell you,
see, I saw one that just said 10th birthday with him going.
Yeah, but do you not see in the corner?
If you double click it, you will see a picture of you holding a little peanut that was newborn Michael.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, get ready for Waterworks. This is very cute.
And two things.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. That's the one I missed it because I looked at it quickly.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm a monster. I'm sorry. I'm a monster.
You're not a monster.
Because if you're able to bring that up and everybody can see it, I will tell you, there I am, and I'm sorry, but the first thing I think is fat. So fat when he was born. I'm lucky I made it through
he
like
was
his
normal
fifth birthday.
Normal size kid,
he was
wasn't
normal
he?
size baby.
Not my baby, me.
Oh, okay. I see.
Wow.
You
look
like you're wearing a fat suit.
I thought Oscar had it on stretch mode.
You know, I've gained a little weight. I went to my fat clinic yesterday,
Yeah.
and they said, "Do you want to be weighed?" I said, "Do you want to get paid?" So. No,
which is
I go in to
hilarious.
give them a check because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't insult me as
they
well.
have to get it. They have to get it front loaded so they can order the stuff because they don't want to be on the hook for that vast amount of cash. And by the way, they were all in there yesterday. All the nurses, the doctor, everybody, and they're all kind of looking at me. And I got in the car.
Was it like
and
a
had
party?
A paranoid attack like you. I felt like I would walk out of that car and I'd be Albert Brooks in Defending Your Life, where I got into my car and all the doctors were like, there he goes, sucker. But anyway, that's fat suit. Okay.
How much did you weigh there? Because I had the same feeling.
Over 3. Definitely over 3.
Almost 4.
No, I was never
no.
that. I was at the highest I've ever been is 326 pounds. Almost 4.
That's spoken like a jerk.
No, but look at that watch. It's screaming.
It's what?
Well,
like
actually,
it's like
to be truthful, Oscar, that's a clock.
pile on. That's very sweet. That's right after he was shortly after he was born. He's got the little baby newborn cap on.
The hat, yeah.
Right.
So
it was amazing because it was dangerous for him in the first few days. Carla had to keep me away from him because I would have eaten him.
fat bastard.
Get in my belly. Oh man. How much for that, baby?
You've come a long way
Absolutely.
health-wise.
Yeah, I have. That's why I'm back at the place shelling out, because you can't pay too much for good health. That's it. So the birthday yesterday, thanks to my mother-in-law for collecting my son and his best friend. I got up, the day started 7:45. I get up, I go to his best friend's house. I pick up Donnie. You saw Donnie on the show yesterday. He goes off into the gaming room with Donnie. They're hanging out. And then at about 11, Gammy was going to come and collect them and take them to a water park. Well, she came a little early. So when I got off the show, we had a little meeting after the show, Oscar and I, and then I walked in, crickets, nobody in the house. So I took the opportunity
Did you assume a kidnapping right away?
No, I knew that she called her just to say, hey, I just wanted to make sure my kids weren't kidnapped. We had a laugh. She was off to the water park. Took them all day long on the
amazing.
surface of the sun. And kudos to that.
That'll wear them out. That's a good thing.
She loves the outdoors and doing stuff and water and beach and all that. So me, meh. I don't like it. So that's good. This is all the good part. This is all the good part. I go down to the fat clinic, come out of the fat clinic, and hop in the car, and I call Pet Kingdom, where you guys have been.
Yes.
And I'm like, you got any fat mice or small rats? And she said, same drill, same bit. Just a minute. And they walk off, and they go, we have both. I said, okay. I really did say it like that. Okay, because it's like, I like that better. There's one surly one who will give me barely any information. So I'm off.
You get the ultra helpful one, like a Julie Haggerty type?
Just a very pleasant, nice person.
Okay.
Perfectly good. Nothing, no complaints, none. Zeppy. And I go and I take the, it's a very long drive for us down here. It's about a half an hour drive to get down to the place from where my doctor's, to the Kingdom, where they have a naming contest, and I really wanted to cheat. They have a naming contest for, I guess they've got a live Maine lobster there that they're keeping as a pet. And I really wanted to steal the name from Ruth and Wimpy's up in Hancock and call it Wilbur, because I know I would have won. Yes. It's the greatest name for a lobster ever, Wilbur.
Yes.
But I didn't. So they bring out the mouse, and then I'm realizing that 1 week from today, 1 week from yesterday, I will be getting the, back on the track of but you process it when you're not enjoying these drugs that suppress your ridiculously dangerous appetite.
Yeah.
You're realizing that I'm in full cheating mode. I think in terms of where's the next food going to come from. So where the hell
you're
did
like
I go?
you're like a marijuana head.
I am,
but with food. Where's the next store?
My mother says that on the days that she's due, and she
as it wears off.
It's much easier with that pen. I don't know if you drive, having to drive somewhere seems like a big pain in the ass.
That's going to change for me.
Great.
Where I'm going to take the and it's a question of volume.
Got it.
Volume.
So
I'll be doing it at home starting next
Can you
week.
say that with reverb, Mike?
Sure, absolutely. I've got it all ready.
This was an old Letterman.
I actually prepared today. Hold on,
I'm ready to rock.
Yeah. How do you make money off those old reruns, sir?
Volume.
That was so worth it.
Thank you very much.
Do you have to push a syringe with two hands?
It's like an old-fashioned detonator.
They tell you to squeeze the area, to raise it up and then go right down to the end. Don't leave any space. Go right down and then put the plunger in.
What do you remember when I was being taught when I was on the needle for a little while? And the nurse says,
"Well, this is different from what you were on.
It's a pen. It's a pen.
You were on a life-saving product, right?
Yeah, but yours is a pen instead of like a syringe.
No, it's a syringe. It's a syringe.
Because I remember what the nurse said when she was teaching me. She said, "See if you can find a fatty part of your body." I said, "Are you kidding me?"
That's a stretch. and start at the top of my head and anywhere from the top of my head to the tip of my toe. So I go in there and I go down to the pet place, and then when I get the mouse, and I'm always paranoid that the mouse is going to chew its way out, but I have completed my significant tasks for the day.
When we went mouse
At this point.
gathering, and Oscar and I
Yes.
were with you, you were uptight when I was holding the mouse box.
Because
Even
at
on the
one
ride,
point,
yeah.
one of them almost chewed his way out.
Yeah, and
They're
you're
just-
driving.
Yeah.
They're rodents. They're nasty.
They're
But-
vermin.
There's a terrible, just a quick sidebar. There's a terrible story that just broke from the NTSB that said that there was like a helicopter crash, and the only reason the helicopter crashed was because one of the pilots had an iPad in the cockpit, and the iPad fell and got stuck where the yaw goes, and then they crashed the helicopter and died.
No mouse involved.
No mouse, but that's what it makes me
I
think
thought
of.
you were going to say something like
It makes
the
me
mice
think
chew the
of a
wires or
mouse
something.
running
Yeah.
underneath your pedals.
Well, an iPad is a touch screen. You don't need a mouse.
I'm talking about a real mouse.
How's that?
So I get
It
Don't
is done.
encourage
It
me.
is touchscreen, but it is.
on the way back. I had in my mind that I was going to go to a rarely lauded fast food outfit that really I found the last experience to be one of the best I've ever
Dairy
had.
Queen.
The King?
Thank you.
Oh,
I
DQ.
sure remember. DQ.
Okay.
Usually I had one of the best cheeseburgers I've had.
DQ is
But
a sleeper.
It is, and it's good.
as I have now recaptured the mind of the fat guy,
Mhm.
and I will be able to catch it in time, I'm excited about that. By the way, I'm not waiting the week. I'm kind of going to tough it out for the next few days and just see how it goes.
Okay.
We got one more birthday. It's not over yet. He's got his regular birthday party Saturday. We'll get to that in a second.
That's fine.
So the only reason, this is the mind of the fat man, and people that are fat know what I'm talking about.
Preach.
I'm driving along, and I'm going to go to the DQ to go through. The problem is, it's on the left side of the highway. It's not on the right side of the highway.
Yeah.
And out of the corner of my eye, I see up on the right side, I see Burger King, which is, if would I be lying to say Burger King has slid to a degree?
Slid.
in the last
It's
few
never.
years?
It's never been a
Well, it's
favorite
been
of mine.
horrible lately.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not as good as it used to be. The product's fine if
The
it comes out of
chicken
the window.
parm wasn't the same the last time I've had it.
It's not
Yeah.
consistent. So
Have it
they've got
your
that.
way.
Well, I had it my way. I get the Whopper with cheese and meal.
Oh, you weakened you. So you went from Pet King.
I gave up on because I didn't want to. I know
Burger King.
it's not just a left-hand turn. It's a left-hand turn across the parking lot,
Yeah.
up an access road to a right-hand turn,
Too much
and then a
work.
left-hand turn. I'm sorry, DQ. You get those cheap locations, and when you jam it in the anus of a Home Depot somewhere where you can't find it, I'm sorry, that doesn't work.
It's unrewarding.
Is that how they
It's
do
not
it?
rewarding.
Meaningless.
And then, if you two had seen me, so I finished my meal.
yes.
I put the box of the mouse up to my ear, and I hear,
Yeah.
just to make sure that
Yeah, he's in there.
I know he's stirring. I don't know why I get paranoid about he's either going to suffocate or chew his way out.
I know.
I get paranoid about the mice.
Did you give him a fry?
No, I did not. Didn't
Oh,
give him anything. Just
would've
made
been
sure
nice.
that he was in the enclosure.
Yeah.
Took him back. Took him into Jake's enclosure, which is right over there. I'm pointing at it right now. And Jake in this new environment. Jake has taken to it. He is livelier. He is bigger. He is excited, and it was
Yeah, he's
seconds.
3 steps from freedom.
Well, he put
it was-
so he put on such a show. I guess it was Monday.
Yeah.
Is he consistently like that now?
No, well, yeah, I mean, I haven't looked. He's chilling today
Yeah,
because he's got
he
the
went from
mouse.
Supermax
Yeah.
to like a corporate white collar
Yeah.
enclosure.
He's at the prison.
Minimum
He's at the white-collar
security.
prison.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's what he's got.
This week he secured a job in the prison
Yeah.
library.
He's
So-
like, he's gonna forget in 2 months, and I'm at it.
I'm out of here. Zoom,
If I
baby.
forget, he's under that garage,
Yeah.
and he is
No time.
breaking for daylight.
Yeah.
He is going. He'll be in the grass, and he probably would survive.
Has he
probably
put
would
a
survive.
pin-up poster on the glass yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, in my neighborhood. That'll endear me to my neighbors, won't it? I'll just put it on mailboxes. Have you seen our snake? That would make them so happy. So he dispatches it, and I'm just sitting there. I'm watching the whole thing, and it was.
Did he eat it as
2
quick
minutes.
as when we saw him eat it?
He ate it quicker.
He's back in business.
Wow.
Because it was a smaller mouse, and that snake is getting thick.
Yeah.
He's getting really
is.
big. So, and they don't care about him, Carla and Michael.
Yeah.
So
He's
I'm the
all
only one.
yes.
Yeah.
That's it. And
He is
it
as
was
God made
wonderful.
him. Yeah.
And then the rest of the day, I chill out. I talk to Mrs. O'Mara. I'm doing some work, and I really do like bunny trailing down the internet as I wait for everybody to return. And lo and behold, my wife gets home before the kids come back. Amy took him for a whole day. Then it's off. And by the way, as soon as he walks in the door, I know that he's birthdayed out.
Yep.
Okay, he's gotten he's gotten nice gifts. He's been with his best friend.
Mhm.
They kind of have a little smart ass duel when they're together. You know, I get that. There's a
They
little
promote
lip
bad
on it.
behavior amongst themselves. Yeah, I've
And
seen it a million times.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. And so we're getting ready at this point because we got about a 2-hour window before we go to. And by the way, a hibachi Japanese restaurant is fine, I think, once every 6 months. If you get 2 within a month, it's pushing me a little bit. And we go, especially when you go from like the greatest hibachi chef you've ever had
Yeah.
Oh, in
to-
Maine, that's right. Yeah.
to Vanilla Ice being your, your hibachi
Excuse me,
chef.
sir. That neck tattoo. What part of the Orient is that from?
Yeah.
It was a different.
Is that
let's just
tear
say,
tattooed on your cheek? Is that soy sauce? What
a
is it?
different presentation?
Yeah.
Has meth
Yeah.
rotted both teeth or just one?
Were you there? That's the question I have. Were you there? So we go
The onion volcano blows vape smoke.
right,
You-
and we go, and Carla immediately sees the kids menu, which is great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because now you're not paying the full freight.
Exactly.
Because they're expensive.
Big win.
Yeah.
It's a big win.
Big win.
And then Michael's friend says, "Can I get the California roll too?" No, you can't. Sorry, not to be a bad host, but no. After a day at the water park,
Listen, Donnie,
being winded-
it's not your birthday.
Donnie, we know that you were on the radio today,
Don-
but
Donnie
let's
likes
slow
his
it
job.
down.
Donnie loves his job.
Well, you,
Donnie
you
is a
couldn't
sweetheart.
tell. He's just like he's lean. I guess that's what kids do. They just scarf it
he's
away,
lean.
right?
He's lean. He's great. He's a great kid, and they've been
sizing him
friends.
up.
That's his longest friend and his best bud.
Yeah.
That's
They
cool.
are like they're just two peas in a pod, but the behavior, lot of bouncing around, lots of. Welcome to Wasabi. The name of the show.
How did they take the sake? Your kids? How did
they
Donnie
didn't
take
do
it?
sake.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh,
Damn it!
I don't think I caught anything. I don't think anything was thrown at me. It was just thrown
Just
to
a bill?
the kidlings.
Mm.
oh, okay.
And then, the other thing, we had 5. We
Yeah.
had Donnie, me, my wife, and her mom.
yeah,
That was at the table. There was another party of 5 that came in. 4 that came in.
they didn't put you all at one hibachi.
Yes, they did.
But
Well,
aren't they
and they
normally
were-
built for
that-
8?
Pleasantries were exchanged, but then silent.
Yeah, of course.
Because
That's-
it's a hibachi restaurant.
Yeah, and they also you can't use 2 propane tanks.
That's true.
Just one.
It's true,
Yeah.
especially if they're not buying California rolls.
And we didn't have a reservation, so we
Okay.
slid right in there.
Yeah.
And I had a big Sapporo.
Yeah, it's such a
You know.
drag when you're paired with people that aren't there to have a good time because it
I know.
can really be a good
It's
time.
not that they weren't prepared to have a good time. They were having a couple of adult beverages,
Yeah.
and they were there with another birthday.
Oh, okay.
His or her mom was celebrating a birthday.
Got it.
The mom was not having a good time.
She didn't want to be there.
Did she know
If
she was there?
having a good, well, she seemed to enjoy her food,
No.
but she didn't seem to be having a good time.
Was it
Because
cultural?
there was no smiling. Perhaps. I'm not sure. But I mean, all the ones that I've been
That's
to
the woke
in
way of saying
Manassas,
things.
I understand.
and it's called it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Clicks, grunts.
Yeah. I
You know.
Don't they have fettuccine?
Yeah. Exactly.
a lot of this when there's a place called Sakura in Olney, Maryland.
Yeah, it's a good chain.
Free plug.
Yeah.
Is that a Japanese steakhouse?
Yeah, we have one in Leesburg as
Yeah,
well.
it's-
Sakura.
Sakura.
Yeah.
That sounds really like where you should get cologne.
I would love cologne from there because it's
It's a good chain?
It's an unrewarding experience for me with my parents because my father either forgets his audio, his
hearing
aids, whatever,
Mike,
his
he-
headphones,
Forgets them.
Mhm.
and the whole
Doesn't wanna be
time
bothered.
he's pretending to hear us, and then my mom will out him, and he's not home. This is when he's home in town.
Right.
Like, you're not wearing your hearing aids in Spanish. And he's like, huh? And then I'm like, Dad, why bother flapping why would you even, like, why humor us? Like, you know what we're talking about.
Right.
Because then it's just me talking to myself because I know my mom's tuned me out.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of interaction.
No, so whoever
Is there
sits,
any interaction with the chef?
I'm doing a dance because I'm embarrassed between
You're
these
the
two.
performer.
These
Yeah.
two glowworms are doing nothing for us.
You're the
Yeah.
performer.
And at the
I'm a laugher.
Yes.
I'm laughing
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
you want the
lame
show.
material
Correct.
Yeah.
that is really like phone it in
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going,
of course.
Hey, Michael, he's
Yeah. I was like, you know what I just did?
By the way, I just saw the Rickles
Yeah.
of hibachi chefs up in Maine, and you know, now I've got Kip Adada,
you
right?
you had the owner operator,
Yes,
which is
who
that's
was
a
all
different
in.
animal.
Waitress all in,
Different
new
animal.
waitress,
Yeah.
killing it,
Yeah.
Different
killing
animal.
it. To he's the only guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the only guy there because it's been real slow. By the way, great to say that to a table too.
Yeah.
It's usually dead here on Tuesday.
Well,
on
you know,
Wednesday night.
the fish will be fresh.
Yeah, the food was very fresh. Food was very good.
Okay.
Food was very fresh.
What did you have?
I had steak and shrimp
That's a go-to for me as
Surf
well.
and turf.
Yeah.
because because the kids are having chicken, and the
And-
mother-in-law and wife are having chicken. So I want to support the beef council.
I understand.
Big beef.
That's
But
what
no California rolls.
So we get that, and everything's fine.
Yeah.
Gammy brings him a really cool package of like overnight bags and backpacks and stuff, some storage stuff, which he's been, she talks to mom
That's
and gets
sweet, yeah.
all that stuff, and so it's really really nice. And kudos to Linda taking up the slack yesterday for us while Carla was working, and I was getting a rat. It was really really
Thank
cool.
you, Linda.
Yes.
I get to the car. He's walking out. It's a little tough to wrangle them at this point, but we know we're just about to drop Donnie off.
Right.
And Donnie, by the way, has been with us all day because his parents are up north, visiting family up north. Donnie did not make this trip, so he's staying with grandma.
Oh.
So we're going to another neighborhood, but they're a little restless, and and we finally wrangle them into the car. And right before we get into the car, I said, "So has it been a good birthday? So did you have a good birthday?" That's the question. And suddenly sadness. Suddenly
Oh.
accusations of Dad. I don't want it to be over. You made me sad by saying that. Gets in the
Oh,
car. This is where
It's just like his dad.
the 6 a.m. awakening time with the day at the water park
Yeah.
and then a 5:30 reservation at the restaurant. This is where the fatigue sets in.
Of course.
Okay? And then we go over the next half hour. We go from Dad made me sad because by telling me my birthday, well, it is over. Okay.
Yeah.
I said, tonight at midnight, you're going to start your
Yeah.
11th year. And Carla says,
Son.
we're not making it better.
Well,
Okay,
you don't
you're
want
not
him to
gonna
be
coddle.
soft.
I don't,
No.
and
Suck it
that's
up.
my whole goal.
Yeah.
Not to make us just what I said. You know what he's in right now? His camp this week: speed and agility,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
sports in the
How
afternoon.
about he works on, compartmentalizing his emotions?
Burying his
Yep.
emotions. It's a very valuable skill. There should be a camp for that.
So he's like that, and then what was it after that? Oh, and then suddenly, out of left field, my kid, who we have paid for a great school for, it's the reason my wife has a second job, is complaining about going to fourth grade to the point where, Dad, I just don't know it's going to be. And he has just gone from birthday boy to depression child.
Yeah.
How long
in
before the
an
year
instant.
starts? It's a while. It's a while.
August
isn't it?
15th.
That's a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of kids go early, and he
Yeah.
goes early. But I mean, it's just nuts. And by the time I told him he could stay up late because it was his birthday, and he did. But he's just wiped out. And I
He's
mean, it was
just a
the
little
easiest
kid.
put down of it. And
Yeah.
he was,
He's
I
a good
was
kid.
Done. He is a good
He's
kid.
a sweet
but
kid. I
was
talked to him
done.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls you
I sang
guys.
happy birthday to him.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Wish I could say that was his idea. Not. But
Oh,
well,
Mike,
he's 9. I mean,
10.
he's 10.
Yeah.
He's 10.
Yeah. Like,
So,
I
When you
expect-
put him down for bed, did you tell him that he made you sad?
No.
just say, when you're ungrateful, it makes me mad.
Yeah.
I said
feel
it makes
mad.
me sad.
I feel
Gratitude-
mad. And
Gratitude
sad.
is a big thing. Gratitude is a big theme.
Let's talk about
For
our
a
emotions
10-year-old.
on the doll here.
I would like to say thank you for making me mad.
Yes.
That is the definition of passive aggressive. You know?
So funny.
Thank you, because it made me realize that life is not always happy.
I want to say
Thanks so much for that. By
how
the way,
much I appreciate you pointing out that my birthday is almost over. Thanks
thanks so much. Yes, Dad. By the way, somebody said, I don't know where the quote was from, might have been somebody famous, said a long time ago, how come you don't have kids? I'm not ready for that much ingratitude yet. And it's true.
It's so true.
It's so,
Mike,
so
it gets better. It
and then
really
this
does.
morning, fire drill at the O'Mara household as it's get him up at 6 o'clock, get him ready for camp, give him his very, very thoughtful and healthy breakfast made by Dad. Give him his dad breakfast.
What was it?
Bowl of Apple Jacks and some Tropicana orange juice.
Oh, that's a good
That's
mix.
a big
Thank
win.
you.
That's a
Thank
good
you.
mix.
Yeah, it's a big win.
more than I
Do
got
you
for
think
my
it's
pops.
appreciated? No,
Yeah.
not appreciated at
Apple
all.
Jacks make the orange juice tart, though.
This morning was, yeah, it does, but that's kind of the magic of it,
Yeah, that's a
right?
magical thing.
So, made the breakfast, got him up. Mama's in the shower. She's got to go to work. She's dropping him off at camp. I'm doing the dishes. I'm taking the dogs out. I'm getting the show prepped.
Yeah, but
I'm ready to
but
come
you're
in
doing
here.
what any other human has to do.
I know.
right?
Yeah.
Just talking about
Yeah.
how we're back on the normal
Yeah, we're
schedule.
back.
Yeah.
And then he said, I don't want to go to speed and agility. I said, you're going.
Yeah.
And before football, this is going to help you because they tell you to work out when you're not there. This is like getting your workouts in. It's
Yep.
fantastic.
You will be fast and you will be agile.
Do you weigh
happy
him every
10th
morning?
birthday. What?
Do you weigh him every morning?
After the
No,
Apple
I don't
Jacks.
do that.
Yeah.
That's too funny. I don't weigh myself every morning either. I don't weigh myself when I went to the fat place either. Do you want to be weighed? I said, do you want to get paid? As I said before,
Yes,
that's what I
exactly.
said. And
No, you just like you were like when you were playing with the Bad News Bears, you were mad that they weren't athletic, you weren't competitive enough.
Right.
And
Mhm.
now that you're in what I like to call as competitive youth sports,
yes.
you're like, okay. And I like your commitment. A commitment's a commitment, even on your down days. It shows
Yeah.
them discipline. It shows them that
I might have to be honest with you in
Yeah.
a second here and tell you he doesn't want to do drive, chip, and putt this year.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm at a crossroads.
When is that?
I'm not even sure. I think it's like next week.
You
But
tell him it
this-
makes you feel sad if he doesn't do it.
No, I just
How are
I
we
know
supposed to
he's
play
got
golf
I know
together
he's
when
got
we
his
get
eyes
older?
on the prize. The kid is totally into football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know, but I also feel that I haven't, in previous years, it's been golf. This is the moment where I don't want to push. This is one moment where I don't want to push.
Golf's
Push-
good for business. Teach them. Push them.
Well, I want him to love it.
Yeah,
He
but
said to me,
yeah,
what do
push
you
'em.
do when a kid says, Dad, I'm not ready for the competition of it. I like to play it for fun with you. What do I say to that?
It's great. There's nothing that I yearn more. First of all, this is a true conversation. I asked, so Donnie Simpson, right?
Yes.
He plays with President Obama.
All the time.
Plays with Michael Jordan.
Sure.
Plays with Tony Kornheiser.
All right.
And I
Jack
said,
Nicklaus.
I said,
all
Arnold
right.
I said,
Palmer.
Donnie,
Hey, Oscar.
I'm up for a round anytime. And he
well,
says,
Let me
Thank-
put a little reverb on Donnie. for you.
So I think
Okay?
that helps.
Just for-
Okay, so you're talking.
hi,
to him.
Donnie. I know we're about to start taping for season 2 of the Donnie Simpson Show
Oscar,
podcast.
how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for
How's
making
it
the time, Donnie. I see that. How'd you shoot this morning? I saw on Facebook that you're out
You're
on,
right.
on
68. I
Yes.
shot a 68.
I said-
One of my lesser rounds.
Donnie, how do you get reverb on your phone?
I had it installed. A guy knew a guy that services my Ferrari.
So
Does he know your barber?
Hey, man, you mean the one that comes to the radio station?
That's the one.
Yeah, I think so, man.
for full
Yeah, I really think
clarification,
so.
he has
Hi, Rob.
sold
Hi,
both
Rob.
his
Hi,
Ferraris.
Oscar. Yeah.
Just so
What's
we're
that?
keeping track. He sold both his Ferraris a few pre-COVID.
Well, I got to be driving something cool, right?
Yes. There are cool cars. So
You want to share that with Mike O'Mara?
off air.
No.
Really would be helpful.
No, it would make Mike O'Mara feel sad.
Okay.
There are
Yeah, it
various
would.
Mercedes. I can say that much.
Ah, that's great. All right. Mike's looking at Subarus.
It's a fine car, Donnie.
Is the
Yeah,
S
man.
class a Highline class?
Yes, it is,
Okay,
man. It's a
thank you.
super turbo one.
Thank
yeah. Fast car, heavy
Then those
car.
3 letters AMG, do they mean something?
AMG means fast, big engine. All right. That's right. And you see me drive by, AMG means Almighty God.
So I remember the call. I've done this twice and by both Donnie.
Yeah, man.
Is this the year
Yeah, man.
I joined a foursome? He goes, "What are you shooting these days?" I goes, "No, I'm not very good, but I'm great company." He goes, no, we're competitive out there.
Yeah, it would be out of your league, financially and skill level wise. But thanks, Oscar. Thanks for asking. All right.
Donnie, what if he carried your bag?
Now we're talking. Saved me a little on the old caddy fee. How did our teacher?
I said, Mike O'Mara said the same thing. He wouldn't play with me either. He goes, "What's Mike shooting?" I said, "He's in the high 80s.
That is a lot.
Oh, my God. What have you done?
Bit over. What do you mean the high 80s?
I just say that. He starts laughing.
Let me get my
It's great.
phone. Let me get my phone.
Okay, he's going to get his phone and show. He's been playing very well.
Yeah, as of late.
Yeah.
That call happened about a month ago.
I see.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's valid.
Yeah.
Hey, that's valid. Might even be low 90. Hold on. I have my stats right here. USGA, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
Official.
All right, here we go. We'll give you the last five.
Okay.
All right.
That's the rolling average that gives him
Yeah,
his handicap.
yeah.
All right.
It
So
certainly is.
he's got a point.
What?
83,
Yeah.
89,
Ooh.
87,
Mm.
80, 79,
Mm.
78.
That'll put you in the low 80s.
Let me see if that's 1, 2,
That was
3,
6, I think.
4, 5, 6. Yeah. I'm not going to give you 10.
I did get a.
I have some high 80s too.
Yeah, but you know what?
Tell him I am now officially. Let me make sure I
Mike, you're a fighter.
You
I'm
know,
a 10. I'm a 10.
You're coming up in.
You tell me.
You're coming up
I'm
in
a 10
October, right?
handicap.
Coming up
What?
in October. You're coming up in October.
God, yeah. Okay. Yes, I am.
If-
Yes, definitely.
What would be great is to have Donnie.
No, I know I am. I commit
to
to
have
that.
Donnie in studio with you.
If Donnie would, nothing would make me happier.
Yes.
Nothing would make me
Yeah.
happier. I love Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie and I have known each other for decades.
Yeah.
I
You
love
know,
it. That's
he's in
I
a
just hit me. I was
different
like, let's do that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he'll help me out with it. No, I've never been. When I was a member at the same place Donnie was,
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to play with Donnie.
Why? You weren't good enough?
No, I'm not, sir. I'm not part of the Michael Jordan force. I'm
That's
part of the
tough.
fat guys that have never seen the club before force. That's what I'm part of.
You could
or
play
the
with-
play by myself force.
Could you play with like Bill Walton?
This is really pretty out here. This is really pretty out here. What a beautiful course, Mike. No, I wouldn't even rate that guy. Trying to think of the most famous person I ever played with. Joe Theismann.
Yes.
That counts.
That's
it does.
A-lister.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
is
I'd say.
A-lister.
Hey, Joe, how's it going? Mike, if I could die and come back as me, I would. S&D. We'll be right back. Hey, all hail, Liquid IV.
All hail.
I mean it, folks.
Mhm.
It's the surface of the sun down here. It's America's #1 powdered hydration brand, and it's now available in sugar-free. Years in the making, and it's so good. Their
White
hydration
peach.
multiplier, sugar-free. It features a proprietary zero-sugar solution with no artificial sweeteners, 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks, and 8 essential vitamins. Liquid IV hydrates twice as fast as water alone. I'm not saying this lightly. I consider it almost essential this time of year when I'm out of doors. It helps that much keep you hydrated and keep you feeling good when you're out in the heat and humidity. Experience excitement with 3 new flavors, white peach, green grape, and lemon lime. By choosing Liquid IV, you'll feel awesome while making a positive impact on the world. They have donated over 39 million servings to 50-plus countries. Be like me. Drink Liquid IV. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can go to our website and you can go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and use the code TMOS to get your 20% off. It's that good. I love it. And during this time of year, it is the best. I guarantee you, you will love Liquid IV. It is awesome.
From the 4 corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
We start the homepage today with the lovely, the beautiful, the vivacious Salma Hayek.
Beautiful,
ladies and gentlemen.
beautiful.
She still looks amazing at 56, but it has nothing to do with cosmetic procedures. Salma doesn't even use fillers, but she does cop to using non-invasive radio frequency and micro frequency techniques to tighten her skin. Gee, I wonder what person I happen to sleep next to would be available to do that for Salma.
You mean the
Yes,
best?
Carla.
The
Yes,
besthetician does
the
that?
besthetician. I believe that's what she's talking about,
Wow.
are procedures that she does. My wife's, I think it's called microdermabrasion, and it's called, okay, hold on. What is it called? Yeah, that's what it is. It's non-invasive it's that type of stuff. She
That
has
radio,
all the
like
bells
waves
and
that go
whistles.
into your body.
Yeah, Salma says, quote, the people that do the machine say the results I get, they don't get with other people. So apparently she responds very well to them. Salma also developed a strange type of meditation where she feels energy dancing through her body. She is just eccentric enough where I love her.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so
She's
cool.
just quirky. And I think
Anyone
that
else,
makes
this
her-
would be kooky.
yeah.
it would be good. But she's kind
Yeah.
of, and
Can
I
you imagine
love,
if like John Goodman said
Oh.
this?
I think naturally Salma Hayek, based on that last one where she's, in the
Was it The Dark Mirror? What's
Black
it?
Mirror.
Black
Black
Mirror, forgive me.
where she's in Black Mirror and she's doing that edgy role. I think she's sort of naturally transitioning to that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and she should be fun. She's always done out there roles that are interesting, and I like her. Here's her quote. When I don't meditate for some time, guess what? Not only does the face start to drop and everything starts to drop, but my herniated disc, the problems in my neck, the problem in my hip, my ankles comes back. I start breaking down. I believe every word of it.
That's
I believe
wild,
her,
though.
and I
That's
like her.
so cool.
I love Salma. Salma. Even though the writers and actors are on strike, some projects can continue as long as they're truly independent. The Actors Union, SAG-AFTRA, has given approval to 39 indie productions to keep on shooting. They include Death of a Unicorn. Anyone? Anyone watch
I
Death
don't
of a
know
Unicorn?
No.
Death of a
Anyone?
Unicorn.
Starring Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega as a father and daughter
Wednesday.
who run over a unicorn with their car. There's also Mother Mary, starring Anne Hathaway. It's about the relationship between a musician and a famous fashion
It's
designer.
not about your mom?
Mother Mary. Oh, Mary.
I know, right?
It was previously announced that The Chosen, a series about Jesus, got one of these exemptions. Other actors with projects on the exemption list include Matthew McConaughey, Mads Mikkelsen, Sigourney Weaver, Rebel Wilson. There's also Flight Risk, starring Mark Wahlberg, and directed by Mel Gibson. But we have to move on to phase 2 of
Okay.
this, because a reporter caught up with Bob Odenkirk
Cool
on
guy.
a picket line and asked him what he thought about actors working during the strike. His answer, don't. He added, quote, it's a strike. Be on strike.
Yeah.
You lose,
He's
we
right.
lose. Everybody loses. That's tough crap. Sometimes you have to do the hard thing. I'm with him.
Yeah.
What's
Fellow
the exception?
striker.
I didn't know that. This is actually shocking me. I didn't know
Yep.
there was an exception from a strike.
If it's
I don't
only
get
if
it.
it's purely independent and not union shop stuff.
Yeah, so it's really the union battling against the major corporations in
So
Hollywood.
if it's not a union picture, then they can produce.
They can
It's the
apply for an
same-
exemption, yeah.
And it's the same way that an actor cannot take a salary on a passion project
Okay.
on the union.
Mhm.
Fellow striker Ike Barinholtz added, quote, but I don't buy it, though. I think everybody ought to be on strike.
I agree.
That's the way
It
ought to be.
weakens the strike.
I really think that they do it. If some of us are starting new projects and promoting others, that's going to cause dissension. We need the opposite. We need solidarity. Yeah, that's what the union's all about. So
I like
we'll see
Ike
what happens
Barinholtz
with
too.
that.
Yeah.
It feels like Netflix is in a three-way race with Twitter and Russia to be declared the most unpopular thing on earth. And it's hard to tell who's winning. Netflix just got rid of its cheapest ad-free plan, the $9.99 basic subscription. The good news is if you're already on it, you can keep it, but new subscribers no longer have that option. There are now just three options: the $6.99 standard with ads, the $15.49 standard plan. That's almost double, guys.
That's a lot of money.
And the $19.99
It's not.
premium plan.
It's not a lot of money.
Well, comparatively to $9.99.
For what it was, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we pay double for a number one meal at McDonald's now, and we still consume that.
Okay. All right.
What is
ladies and
the
gentlemen, once again, another example of Oscar Santana standing up for big corporate
I'm a
America.
capitalist.
The
Else-
super
yes.
premium, is that one with like 4K streaming? Is that what that is?
That's the one with the extra large holster of fries.
And
no, I'm not
it's also
talking about
POV. You get to see the person. No.
Oh,
Elsewhere
Oh,
in Netflix is evil news. Almost 6 million new subscribers have signed up in the second quarter of this year, the first earnings period since Netflix cracked down on password sharing. So I don't know whether that's good or bad. Why
Well,
they
it's
called
good
it
for
evil.
them.
That's great. We've been stealing Netflix. By we, I mean the proverbial we.
Uh-huh.
And look, I love my extended family, but they do very well. There's
Yeah.
no need to
Really?
use a little brother's password.
yeah. I'm going
I-
to start
I agree.
stealing that premium. That sounds great.
Well, they have to monetize the streaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to monetize
How do you pay
it
the
to get people.
actors if you don't have the
exactly.
streams?
That's right.
Precisely.
Well, they still
Uh,
don't pay the actors.
By the way, I consider the actors' demands to be unreasonable. May I have another mojito? Just
Mr.
bring it right
Iger.
over to the
Mr.
Yes,
Iger.
yes, Rob.
Have
yes.
you had a busy day, and did you enjoy your time at the cooling center?
immensely?
Look, just so we're not late in the game, did you see the latest rumor? This has happened before, but I think
No.
we're closer
No.
than ever.
No, I did
Is
not.
that Bob Iger's preparing to sell Disney to Apple?
And I believe that.
Oh my God!
I am
really?
you know what? I'll ask you because
Mhm.
you're Mr. Apple.
yeah.
Hey, Apple.
Apple, I think it consistent. When you talk
Hey,
about
Apple.
consistency
Apple. Hey, Apple.
for these big companies,
Yeah.
don't you think that could only benefit Disney? Because they're going to Appleize it, they're going to make it better,
Well-
they're going to make it more consumer friendly. Don't you think?
Yes. I'll go even further. In an arms race for content.
Yep.
And especially with the new the Vision Pro, this
Really?
this entertainment business / $3,000, they need content.
Yep.
It's only cheaper if you own the content.
You're going to have.
Oh my
this is
God!
my
Dis-
prediction.
and Disney has 100 years of literally
Yes.
100 years of content.
It's going to come down to three. It's going to come down to three.
Yeah.
You're going to have your Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have Apple TV, and you're going to have Max.
No,
which is the
YouTube.
HBO, and YouTube.
YouTube will be sucked. Max will be purchased by somebody.
Tubi.
Okay,
Tubi
but
won't
there's
buy
still-
Max.
Tubi. Oh God, Tubi. I feel like I'm back in Maine trying to like get my watching the U.S. Open on my grainy TV. You know, and now he's about to make the 18-foot putt for the win.
They can afford it's if it's a $157 billion valuation, Apple can afford it. I took a deep dive. It's like 3 a.m. This is how crazy I am, people. If they were, I guess the only caveat is that Apple just spent $92 billion for stock buybacks. But even with their free cash flow, they can afford it.
And you know
It's
what?
gonna be
I
fun to
think
watch.
that Apple has always sort of presented itself in a way that Disney did through the years as a user-friendly, more family-oriented,
There's so
fun
many things
Guys,
product.
they've
they
done.
bought Pixar.
Yeah,
They've
Yep.
been working with Apple forever, so they know each other's ecosystem.
It makes
do.
perfect. You know what? Just hearing it now, it makes perfect sense.
Wild.
Apple buys Disney and raises the theme park.
I think they'd spin them off.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Another
Don't
lucky
sell them to
little boy.
Cedar Fair.
Later in the month, a little lucky boy is going to Legoland again.
That's a
Yes.
fun place, isn't
Maybe
it?
you can
And-
build
yeah,
a gratitude.
And I think they're
tower.
going to have.
Tower.
I think they will have a great time. I'm really
You're not
happy
going?
for them.
Oh, you're not going to stay in the Legos?
If this trend keeps going, Grandma's going to have to start eating dinner at noon. The Wall Street Journal
Oh,
did a big
Grandma.
article on an emerging trend. Suddenly, a lot more of us, I'm a trendsetter, are early birds. Restaurants are now seating 10% of customers between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. That's up from 5% in 2019. They're also closing earlier because it doesn't make financial sense to stay open. Getting a reservation at 7 p.m. can be easier now than 5 p.m.
Yes.
Wow.
I live that down here. I'm living it. And young, old, doesn't matter. It's
Same here.
always been the opposite of that, and the new trend is to close the kitchen around 8 o'clock. Uber says trips to restaurants between 4 and 5 p.m. are up almost 10% since 2019, and rides to restaurants after 8 p.m. are down 9%.
Why aren't these people at work at 4 p.m.?
Yeah, got a good point.
Yeah, if I'm
I have an
working,
answer.
you're
Yeah.
working.
Even Broadway shows are starting earlier now. 8 p.m. used to be the norm for
Yeah.
a Friday show. Now, a third of them are starting at 7 p.m. on Fridays. And they're saying the work-at-home phenomenon might have a lot to do with this, and less consumption of alcohol.
I
by,
think that
younger people.
if the Broadway actors were to start to work from home, it would be really bad for the business.
Do you want to hear the saddest? And I have firsthand knowledge. This happened to me last week.
Yes.
Shannon didn't want to go out to dinner, and I was starving, so I went out. I sat by myself on an outdoor table at a very nice restaurant because I was treating myself.
The lonely guy.
I had AirPods in, listening to a podcast, eating my steak in al fresco.
Self-help is good help.
And
Wonderful.
And I sat there and I'm
Modern
like,
American.
well, I was the only person in the restaurant sitting alone.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh my God. I feel like that guy in the Air Jordan movie without the success and fortune.
Yeah.
Just eating alone.
Yeah.
Eating alone. Dining alone.
Yeah.
And
The
by the way,
agent, yeah.
great way to compensate by putting earbuds in. You know what I mean?
I was
Really
listening
just
to a podcast about podcasts.
you know what I mean you know what I mean to keep doing?
What?
I mean to start putting them in when I'm on the driving range.
Yes.
Like when I'm just practicing.
Yes.
Because they do that, the pros do it.
Yeah.
The guys are all out there just
Yeah,
doing
they'll
their
just
own
talk
thing.
to you, but louder.
Thank you. You missed.
You missed. That's good etiquette.
Okay. Oscar comes from a medical family, so
I do.
this should be
God bless
interesting. A Colorado man has gone viral after filming his doctor watching a video tutorial on how to bandage a foot properly. Joshua Bullman is 27. He was in the hospital after suffering a bad sprain and a small fracture in his lower leg from a skateboarding incident, and needed to have the area bandaged to prevent further damage. Then he writes, quote, POV, my doctor watching a video on how to wrap an ankle before she wraps my ankle. That's what he said on his TikTok.
Wow.
The short clip quickly went viral, more than 1.4 million views. Now, Bullman has spoken out about the surreal experience. He says he wasn't worried about the unidentified doc's abilities. He said, quote, I just started laughing. It didn't bother me or make me nervous. We all need refreshers on how to do things in our jobs.
Yeah.
So I saw this as normal. If anything, it actually took my mind off the pain and injury in a good way. That's the right attitude. Hey, everybody needs a little refresh. What?
I wonder if
they
it
need
could
to
be-
get the what?
It could be a joke. Could it possibly be a joke on the doctor, like your
I think
pilot
it-
friend that had that book?
I think Oscar might know about. I think it's common practice where they do little refreshers if there's
You
a
have
procedure
to.
coming
You
up.
absolutely have to.
Got to pay attention to
Even
exactly what's going on.
Before you prepare for, I'd rather somebody know and be self-aware. Like, I don't really remember how to wrap that.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's common
Then
practice.
fake
And that's
it.
why before every shot, when I come in here, before every show, I just go into the corner. I go,
Hawk, I hear the cannons roar.
It's still one of my favorite movies. I don't even know why.
Thank you
Your
very
commitment is wonderful.
and now a little something. Rio Grande, Argentina.
Ah, yes.
Saucy-looking sea creatures are making a
Saucy.
splash.
Saucy.
If I was your local anchor, that's the way. Saucy-looking sea creatures are making a splash. And then it would stop dead with the other anchors who are
Yes.
trying to be as vanilla as possible. Thousands of so-called penis fish have washed ashore on a beach in Rio Grande, Argentina.
That's when the
Shocking-
female anchor goes, yeah!
Oh, Diamond!
Jackson.
Penis fish have washed ashore on a beach in Rio Grande, Argentina, shocking locals with their phallic appearance. The marine life, which is actually a breed of spoonworm,
Yeah.
officially known as Eurachus unicinctus, was given its naughty nickname due to its striking resemblance to the human.
Yeah.
Measuring slightly larger than the average male appendage, 10 inches, the penis fish features a shaft and large head complete with a hole that looks like, I guess this is I've never heard the term meatus. Have you? Is the meatus the
No.
hole?
No.
We'll have to look up meatus.
I'm looking it up.
Please.
While the worms usually live at the bottom of the ocean, they were washed ashore during a large storm that struck the Rio Grande area on Monday. The Kardashians immediately
I got
took
it.
Oh, you do?
A
Okay,
passage or opening leading to the interior of the body.
go ahead. Okay, I get it. That's
oh,
what it is.
so you
The
have
meatus.
several meatuses.
Yeah. Now I'll rewind
Thank you.
for the joke.
Okay.
The Kardashians now I'm laughing at my joke.
No.
This is the most unprofessional
Take
show
a breath.
in America
Take
right
a breath.
now. I'll go all the way back to the second to last
Excellent.
paragraph. While the worms usually live at the bottom of the ocean, they were washed ashore during a large storm that struck the Rio Grande area on Monday. The Kardashians immediately took a private jet to the area and planned to do what they always do, swim with the penises. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I had that reaction after all. That's fantastic.
It was an excursion on my last cruise.
Yeah, that's sirree. The trouble with Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
I don't know why this bothers me. I don't know if I'm getting sucked in, but I want to talk about it next. Tink, tink. Scroll. Hey, guess what?
Wow.
You need Chime. You may think a credit score is no big deal, but if you're dealing with a low credit score or no credit score at all, that could be a problem for your future financial goals. That's why millions of people swear by Chime's secured Credit Builder Visa credit card. You build your credit score safely with everyday purchases and on-time payments. Plus, there is no annual fee or credit check to get started. Use it everywhere Visa credit cards are accepted and build your credit using your own money. Your credit's a big deal, so build yours up with Chime. Just open a Chime checking account with a $200 qualified direct deposit to get started. Get started at chime.com/TMOS. That's chime.com/TMOS. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A., member FDIC. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal feels bad. Going too fast.
So close.
I went too fast. I
Very
went too
near.
fast. Can I do it? Can I start
Yeah.
again, please? I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can.
Love it.
The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank N.A., member FDIC. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. Ooh!
Yay!
Very nice.
Thank you. Welcome back to the show, whoa, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna throw this out to you. So Jamie Foxx being spotted recently, being spotted on the pickleball court, being spotted out and about around town. Jamie Foxx out of the hospital, apparently. Jamie Foxx rumored to be still undergoing treatment. Jamie Foxx. For a guy that is allegedly protecting his privacy,
Yes.
I'm just curious, and I think the world is curious, to know what he's doing and what his
The malady.
problem is and what the malady
And how he
is.
handled it.
And I don't think that's unreasonable. And I'm not blaming Jamie Foxx for this.
No.
But
the price of fame.
it's something that is going to happen whether he wants it to or not.
Look, we're podcasters and radio personalities, and we tell everybody what's wrong with us.
Yes.
I do it every day.
Yeah.
Today I've got a bad eye.
I got a sty in your eye?
No, I have that thing that I had when I went to the eye doctor where
Oh, the
Oh,
dry
sun
eye.
exposure.
Yeah.
You got sunburn?
It's
Yeah.
like a sunburn on the
Yeah.
on the ball of the eye.
Well, he
Yeah,
wears
well-
sunscreen everywhere else,
Except for his eyeball.
except for
It's
his
most
eyeballs.
common. It's most common in people that work outside.
Athletes.
Yes.
But people that work outside
Oh,
like
I'm
all
sorry.
day.
Oh, gotcha.
Like
You
construction
don't wear
workers.
sunglasses?
Not as much as I should. I wear them like in the car. I wear them.
Yeah.
I should wear them
Do
when
you,
I'm.
do you wear them
playing
at
my
night?
sport. Thank you.
Do you have blue
No,
blockers?
I wear the patch.
Okay.
I wear eye patches like Greta Garbo.
That is funny.
Please let me sleep.
Mike's sleeping mask.
So here it is. Is the I know I don't necessarily want to get into the speculation game,
Yes.
but if he's out and about, he knows he's going to be photographed by the paparazzi.
Sure.
And his people know they're going to be photographed. And if you're being photographed but you're never speaking, do you think this is a malady? And this is just speculation. I'm doing what everybody does. A malady that is affecting his ability to communicate.
You're not the only one, Mike. Thank you for bringing this up. This has been festering in my mind for some
That's
time.
a disgusting word.
Yes, because there are unsubstantiated allegations that There was a threat on his life that he was.
I remember hearing that.
They tried to unalive him, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we have to say unalive, but it's fine.
I don't know.
So
either.
you don't get canceled.
Somebody
I think it's
somebody write
sus.
in, please tell me.
I think it's
But I'll respect it. I don't mind
Sus.
it. It just seems different. But I'm okay with different. You know why? Because we accept and we evolve. So
yeah.
the trail, the bunny trail that I went on
For Jamie Foxx?
for Jamie Foxx was that allegedly Sean P. Diddy Combs is responsible for the assault, allegedly. And because Jamie Foxx has some, he was on a podcast and he was speaking out of turn. So there's some sort of this is all of that alleged. There's some sort of underground secret.
So there's this podcast that no one's ever heard.
No, that we just haven't heard about.
Well,
Just because it's not Joe Rogan doesn't mean that we don't hear about it, right?
Well, I wouldn't hear it on Joe Rogan either.
Yes.
But this podcast, I mean, you would think that would make more headlines.
Yeah, but this is, look,
And because
we're
of
not
this
reporters. We're not.
and so okay, that aside,
Yes.
there's this podcast that is upset Sean Combs enough to put out a hit on Jamie Foxx.
Do you find yourself on Black Twitter?
I don't find myself on Twitter at all.
Okay, so I follow Black Twitter.
Well, I follow a lot of documentaries.
That is the heavy news that Jamie Foxx they attempted a hit on his life. And
okay, let me just say
Yes.
this about that. Look, it is no secret that in street wars
Mhm.
that there's always been an intersection of the street and certainly the music industry,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which Jamie Foxx has been
his roots,
involved with. If you know, I watched
comedy
a
and
piece
music.
Yeah.
on Suge Knight,
Mhm.
where Suge was not only a record mogul but a gangster,
Yeah.
Yes.
and hung out with gangsters and employed gangsters and would strong arm guys to, like the aforementioned joke I made about Vanilla Ice, to sign or to
Hung him off
pony up
balcony.
royalties. I mean, he did that and so you got guys like that, and then Jamie Foxx, I don't know if he's had that level of musical contact with somebody. The point I'm trying to make
Yes.
is when you talk about guys from the street
Yeah.
that become successful moguls,
Yeah.
and so many in that area of music have, that it's not completely implausible that there might be a street beef.
I actually
Right?
Yes.
take it past that, Mike.
Okay.
And I think this is reputation, money, and power. And that goes beyond the world of hip hop. That's in the world of business. Things are done all the time. I think we're naive to think otherwise, that we just don't hear about.
Oh, sure.
And-
Strong arm techniques.
Correct. In business, definitely.
Well, in the music industry, it goes back 100 years.
Correct.
Well,
More
and
than
couldn't
that.
you? Let's just throw this out,
Yes.
and I'm totally speculating.
Correct.
Could you not see a scenario where Diddy would be jealous of Jamie Foxx because Diddy kind of wanted that career too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
Diddy
see
kind
that.
of wanted to do the acting thing, but he's not a good actor.
I don't want to put the rumors out there, but this
Okay.
has nothing to do with that. It has to
Okay.
do with some personal allegations.
Like involving women.
It's how about this? It's a relationship, personal allegation, and that's all I'll say because I don't want people can look on the internet to see what they're going. It's right there
Okay, all right.
because I don't want to fester things.
So
that just
then
like,
let me. You don't
yeah,
have to,
yeah.
and I can ask this question
Yeah.
without you having to
Yes.
explain anything.
Mhm.
Do you find the rumors could be plausible?
Yes, because there was another attack on Usher, and they're also saying that Sean P. Diddy Combs did that allegedly.
Wow.
Yes.
The one thing that I always thought, maybe I'm wrong, that when certain rappers, hip hop artists, musicians
Yes.
in that area attain a certain level of success, that they move along, they move away from that. Maybe that's not the case.
Well, this is, and let me be clear here, Mike. You're not in the wrong because, unfortunately, our lens on diversity and what is minorities becoming businessmen, whether it's the music industry or it's in any other
liquor,
whatever it may be.
Yeah,
there
it's as old as time.
Yeah, but there are stigmas that come with that, right? Like, look at your roots. If you look at Jay-Z, he made his fortune when he was young selling drugs, and then he turned that into he became one of the most famous lyricists in the world, and then turned into a businessman, right?
Yeah.
So for his entire
did it without the tactics used by Suge Knight.
correct, but it's forever. He'll even the apex of his success of owning an NBA team. He's always going to have to fight that scarlet letter
From where he came, from
Right?
whence he came.
Yes.
So what I want to get away from, if we can, in this conversation is these are the tactics of the streets. I feel like this probably happens at a higher level. We just don't jump to those conclusions. This is not really cultural, and I'm not trying to be woke. I'm being serious for a
No,
moment
I get
here.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm and it happens not just in the African American
Correct,
community,
correct.
Right.
in music. It happens in a variety.
For
of
example,
levels. Look, I mean, I grew up in the my career in the '80s, and if you did not hear a rumor or expose yourself to what were called record executives,
Yes,
Yes.
little paper bags being brought to. I mean, it's as old as time.
I'll give
That's
you
been
some
going on
context.
forever.
Mhm.
It's been a shady. The music business has been shady for a long time.
Yeah.
Correct. So the rumors are that there's something interpersonal, that they all have a secret on Sean P. Diddy Combs, and they're starting to talk about it, and he doesn't like it. Like anybody has a secret in business or politics, and they don't like it, and people start strong-arming people, right?
Mhm.
So for me, for a while now, because I thought that it was under the impression that Jamie Foxx was going to die because there were so many secrets. It was so veiled because he had a medical event. Nobody was talking about it. And then you go online, which is full of just rumors, and you're like, what happened? And to your
still
point,
nothing
to
concrete.
your
Yeah.
point, when you see the spottings and you see him out, you never see him talking to anybody.
Let's wrap this up. Take a
Yes.
break. We'll
Okay.
wrap
Yeah.
this up
All right.
because I want to talk more about it. Because I want to see if you think that there is.
I think they have a body
anything
double.
going on.
Oh, God.
Oh God! All right, he just smoked something before that statement.
He's
was made. We have to
excited.
take it. He's very
my wheelhouse.
ramped up about that. Hey, how'd the old man do with that discussion?
Very impressive.
Pretty good.
Very
huh?
nice,
Yeah.
Mike. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. We'll be right back, everybody. Hey, it's so hot. I just saw Mel Gibson at 7-Eleven buying a racial Slurpee. It's time to focus on your face. And Dermglow, see, Rob knows it's Dermglow. He can make all the jokes he wants.
I wrote that one, yeah.
You knock yourself out on
Thank
these
you,
spots.
kind of.
Dermglow has everything in one place. That's a funny joke. Dozens of things are on sale for all you wide awake fellas and gals. So check it out with Dermglow. God, it ties right into our discussion.
Yeah.
Enjoy fast shipping and worldwide home delivery. They even offer Afterpay for your convenience. Enhance your loveliness with virtual skin consultations and find the perfect products for you. And if you can't decide, an e-gift card from Dermglow is always a winner. Visit DermglowSkin.com today, the ultimate facial boutique featuring facials and products by the besthetician. You know her.
Yes.
Reach out today and tell them that American film stage and TV actor Richard Widmark sent you. All right, I'm gonna put pressure on you.
Yeah.
The next one needs to be someone alive. You
Okay.
won't mind if the kiss of death, if it comes from someone with perfect Dermglow skin like Dick Widmark. I hated Richard.
He was really nice to my dad once.
Was he really?
Yes, he
It's just
was.
the style of acting was on.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, he was an excellent driver. You never see a skid mark. You never see a skid mark when you ride with Richard Widmark. That's it. We're done. All right, to wrap this
Good
up.
night.
So you said a body. Here's where I have
Yes.
problems with you saying that it was a beef
Body double.
with
Yeah.
another individual that tried to what do they call it? Unalive him.
him.
But why? Was it an injury that would
Yeah,
put
was it
him
a
in a
failed-
hospital?
a failed
I think
attempt?
it
Or
was
was he
a
just
poisoning.
hiding?
Poisoning.
Poisoning. That one I haven't heard.
Is
Yeah.
that the rumor?
That's the rumor.
Nah. So they were
Did he
able
get
to
on
do
the
the
other side
poisoning.
of Vladimir Putin?
Well, this is the crazy part where at the same time I'm like, hey, like let's not jump to conclusions here if this isn't some sort of beef. Like, But then I talk about this stuff and I'm like, well, I'm perpetuating these things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Poisoning, I think, is a little more nuanced.
He is a megastar. It's
Yes.
what we do. We are a
Yes.
culture of celebrity.
Yes.
This is one of our biggest celebrities.
Correct.
Jamie Foxx
He's A-list.
Yeah.
has made iconic
Yeah.
movies.
Academy
And
Award
he's
winner, right? For
in
Ray?
the national for
Correct.
Ray.
Yeah.
And Django Unchained is one
Yes.
of my all-time
Agreed.
favorite movies. So I think
Great on
look,
In Living
it's-
Color. Yeah.
It
The
falls
SAG-AFTRA
squarely,
situation's perfect timing for his recovery.
and it falls
True.
under the category of what you think that sounds like a conspiracy theory too. He picked this time to go into hiding.
And I think
You-
he caused the strike. How
Hey,
about
first
that?
of all, Oscar's joking when you're joking when you say body double, right? You're
no.
joking. Like somebody's playing pickleball 3 times a week, that's not Jamie Foxx?
I think anything is possible because they're so like TMZ can't tell you what is going on. If TMZ can't pay someone enough within your inner circle, something's up.
I always shake my head ruefully when they bring up body double because I don't think you can pull it off. I really don't. Remember there was talk of
They have a Putin body double. They have a presidential body double.
Yeah, but not. I don't know. I think that's.
Well,
over
who
the
does
top.
the Jerry's commercials?
What do you mean?
The body double.
God, when you look for Jamie Foxx stuff online,
Yeah.
I just look at these headlines.
You know what I'm talking about.
Cinema
Yeah, I do.
Blend, Stylecaster,
I hate Cinema
The
Blend.
Nerd Stash,
Yeah.
Hip Hop DX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot there, right? There's a lot there.
There's so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, getting back to the original premise of this, don't you think, as far as what's the main goal of a publicist? To keep you in the public consciousness.
Yeah, but also
So true.
to keep the value of your brand up.
Right,
If you're dying, you're not getting scripts.
right.
Yes. Or not very good ones.
Well, you're getting prescriptions, but not scripts.
No,
for
I was
movies.
thinking he could get like a Weekend at Bernie script.
Rob, can I shift gears just briefly?
You got your role on CSI.
So you look at optics
Yeah.
and ask me if I'm crazy.
Yeah.
So my brother invited me to go to Medellin, Colombia in September.
Scary.
And one of his good friends sold his company just almost a year ago now,
Okay.
and fell in love with a young lady from Medellin, and she wanted to go and live in Medellin. That's the context I have.
Mm-hmm.
So he moved down there with her because he's in
Mhm.
love, and their family's there, this and that. And he's visited since then, and he said it's beautiful, and the cost of living's great, and so you don't have to spend a fortune. And he's been down there with his entire family. Now, do they drive around in a blindado armored SUV? Yes. And the guy's got a driver, everything like set up, the family's protected. He feels safe.
It's a dicey situation otherwise.
Would you be able to broadcast from down there?
If I haven't even thought that far along because I'll
What
tell you
if,
what.
could you get a body double to broadcast from down there?
That type of security and that type of experience is is a similar experience I had when my father was in Mexico City.
Yes.
That was funny. I'm sorry. I'm just keep on
sorry.
I know you're
So-
excited.
Well, I
They're
asked.
bad callbacks. 90% of his callbacks
Yeah.
sucked. That was a funny
That was great.
callback.
There's something happening outside of the business, Mike, that you know about that we're navigating through, right?
Right.
Which is a
Yes.
good thing. It's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that I literally sat there and I said, well, I had a conversation with my brother. I said, are the optics wrong for me to go to Medellin in the middle of these business negotiations as a CEO of a media firm? And even though, the drug war was like hundreds of millions not hundreds of millions, it was 30 years ago now when it's
Right.
relevant.
You could, if you were like a really good actor, you could maybe play that to your advantage.
Isn't that crazy that I had I
Wouldn't
was
that be funny?
literally thinking
Like
about
you sit
that.
down with all these suits, you sit down with like Tim Robbins, on the other side, and you go, hello, I was talking to my friend in Medellin. And he said, "Is there anything that we could do to move this along at a better clip?"
But am I wrong to think about that?
No, we're Americans.
Yeah.
What have we heard about Medellin and and all? And
You think
the
right away,
Colombian
drug cartel.
Of course.
Yeah, let's add that I'm Bolivian. I'm a United States citizen.
Yes.
Yes, you're from South America.
But I'm from South America.
I watch a guy from South Africa that does these viral videos that he goes all over South America, and Medellin was part of it. And he was, and then, and by the way, friends of Carla's have just come back from Cuba.
Yeah.
And we talk about the economy and our issues. This is not an American issue. This is a global issue.
Sure.
There are places all over the world that are difficult. The only thing I would say is that when you're talking about going down there and it's beautiful, the haves and have-nots are, growing apart.
Yes,
Let's be honest
I
about
would
it. So
say
you have
that,
to be
yeah.
careful. You have to be careful. But as far as if you go and you come back, oh my God, I'll give you a primer because my background is in acting. I could do that. It's just like it change your whole rap a little bit. You'd have to really harness your inner pissed offness.
Oh, he could do that.
The surly?
The surly, but not the bug-eyed. You don't understand. It would be it would have
InfoWars
to be
Oscar?
more. It would be quiet, dangerous Oscar.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
not
but I
what we
don't
saw.
wanna- I
Not what
don't
we saw
wanna-
in the regulars.
I don't want to be quiet, dangerous.
It's what
You
It's
know.
what the role
You have
requires.
to be you. You have to be
I
you.
have to be
but
me.
But you're great at name dropping, and you're great at working something into the conversation. It's just like I said. Just casually. It's just like I said when I was enjoying a drink on the patio at my friend's place in Medellin.
Have you
and
been?
Just move on. Move on.
And look, this is
Move on with your conversation with Tim Robbins.
That's not the best example.
It's
I could
great
have
though. I love it.
Michael
what am I-
Cera.
What am I missing? So this is great. It's a Friday night. We're here, and I just say, sometimes when you're just working on a project, you just like to be alone.
Yeah.
So I throw on Patriot Games.
I remember the actor.
Yes.
I remember the actor. That's that wonderful,
Well, let me pull him up.
ruggedly good-looking.
Yes. Yeah. Let
bad
me pull him up.
Latin
Let me pull
actor.
him up. Let me pull it.
That's who
He-
you ought to channel.
yeah,
you ought to
he-
channel
'cause-
that guy.
'cause-
He's been in a million things
Sure.
too.
He says,
he was in Narcos too.
Yes. Yeah. He's great. He's.
I forgot the
He
actor's
says, because in Patriot Games, by the way, a classic. If you're not into
Such an
that, I
old
don't
boy.
know.
That's
I
when
don't
he
know
was
why
a
you're not
kid.
into
I know.
that. Jack Ryan is the actor.
Yeah.
And the wife of Jack Ryan, the actress that plays Kathy Mueller, says to one of the colleagues, she goes, "I've met a man." She goes, "Oh, really?" Like they're gossiping in a
Yeah.
DC restaurant. She goes, "He's like a Latin Jack Ryan."
Uh-huh.
That was the guy, right? The double agent, the spy.
I think it's clear and present danger.
Is that clear and present danger? You're right.
Right?
Yeah, Patriot Games was the first one
Right.
with Harrison Ford.
Hold on,
Clear
I'm
and
gonna
present
find
danger.
him.
Where's the actor?
I want
I'm
to give
looking
the
at
guy.
IMDb.
I want to give the guy.
You
I
better
wanna-
look up Clear and Present Danger.
That's
I'll
what I
get it.
should look at.
I'm 1 second away from getting
That's
it.
the
Here we
other
go.
So,
movie I was in.
Yeah, but I'm watching this and I'm like,
Oh, the
I
same.
can't go to Medellin right now.
It's not Raymond Cruz.
Everyone's gonna
Sorry.
think. Everyone's gonna. It's Joaquin de Almeida.
It's
De
Joaquin
Almeida.
de Almeida.
Yes.
He is the.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's him.
He's been in
That's-
everything.
I'll put it on the
That's
screen
it.
right now out of respect to him because we
Right.
just butchered his name. Boom, Mike,
Okay.
a swarthy Latino,
Yes.
but
But
classy.
he's also
He's
like
classy.
he's got leading man.
Yes. He's got what's that song? Something eyes. Like you've got
Betty Davis eyes?
He's got Betty Davis eyes.
It's all about getting specialists, strategists, and consultants and boasters that are American to come to South American country to help me.
There is an aristocratic
yes,
air
correct,
to
correct,
him as
correct,
well.
Correct, correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'd have to probably tweak up the Latin accent,
Yeah.
but you don't do accents, so you wouldn't be
Well,
able to do it.
you never invited me to the camp.
We
That's
have
true.
to take a break.
It's too hot.
That's it.
Cap was
To
canceled.
be continued.
Yeah.
We should talk about this more. I'd like you, Oscar goes, God, Man, he keeps it interesting, doesn't he, Rob?
He does.
Medellin,
Yeah.
Beijing.
Not what I
hot
expected.
spots.
Not what I expected at all.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's ask. The question is burning my mind right now. What's his brother really up to? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take a break and come right back. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the Mike O'Mara Show. We're certainly happy to have you along on a Thursday. And whether you're heading out on a road trip or you're rushing through the airport, why not skip the usual stress of vacation travel? By the way, I did it. I know it. It's stressful.
Yeah.
How about chilling out with Dadgrass? All their products are TSA approved. Groovy Daddy-O. Dadgrass is legal, organic, smokable hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Their 100% organic pre-rolled joints are very low in THC, but they are high in CBD. You can enjoy all the effects of the cannabis while keeping a clear head. You can get stoned, but it's like having you chill out without getting stoned.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
shouldn't use that term.
No.
What it really is like having a glass of wine, but not the whole bottle. It also offers the finest tinctures and gummies on the market. I'm somebody who enjoys the gummies.
I love the
all
tinctures.
the mellow goodness.
Maybe I'll
Oscar's
take
a
some
tincture
to
person.
Medellin if I go.
All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Plus, it's TSA approved. Right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off their first order when you go to dadgrass.com/TMOS. Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/TMOS. They won't harsh your vibes, man.
Oh, man.
The flip side.
Mike, as we reach the conclusion of birthday season, you know, it's not just us.
Yes.
There is a lady, I believe she must be in the northeastern part of the country based on the way she talks. Her name is Marie Erickson. She just turned 97.
God bless her.
She's not allowed to drive anymore.
Well,
But that doesn't mean she can't treat herself and buy herself a John Deere lawn tractor.
Ooh.
And she drives it everywhere.
I'm on that tractor every day, whether the grass needs cutting or not. I go around and check, and when I see it, I
Sounds
cut
like
it.
Maine.
The yard keeps me busy. I don't like to do housework.
The
I
yard?
had the push mower, but I was a younger girl. I could push that. But now, forget it. I've always owned a John Deere. I like the John Deeres.
Oh, I love that accent. We don't get it
You
up
know
there
what?
anymore.
Yeah.
It's gone. It's gone by the by.
Really?
I mean, not completely, not nearly. Zach's got a touch of it still.
Yeah.
Because his grandfather's around and his father has a. But that really,
you probably
know,
remember when it was the norm.
I'm working on the. That, by the way, could be Massachusetts as well as Maine. But it's like the yad working around the. Hello, dear. My grandmother, God
Yeah.
rest her soul. My grandmother, who would always say, "Hello, dear.
That's
chew it
great.
good. Chew it good, dear."
Yeah, you know
Dear.
what? Robert F. Kennedy doesn't sound like that either.
No, he sounds
Robert
like a
F. Kennedy
crazy
is
person.
Too busy, yeah. He's too busy with his condo on Jupiter. God, sounded like, I swear to God, it's like a conspiracy theorist Catherine Hepburn.
Okay, Mike.
God. But does anybody ever mention, what is his malady that makes him...
He has constricted vocal cords.
But is it Parkinson's or anything? It's not,
No,
right?
it has.
It's
It
not
has to
anything
do.
really...
It has to do with the brain. And it is simply constricted vocal cords. Some people say it's psychosomatic, but it's
Right.
why he talks like that.
Okay, all right.
I just
Okay.
learned this.
His
Look at
his
you.
supporters were in the Bar Harbor Parade. They had
That's
some of them up there.
Both of them.
It was a small group.
Yeah.
It was a small group. It
We're
was
talking
interesting.
small. If you
Small.
really want to get fat, there are some tips on TikTok to help you out. How annoying is it to have to dig down in the bag when you get French fries at a drive-thru?
Could I do a large fry, but could I get it in a large cup, please? Awesome, thank you. It'll go right in the cup holder. Perfect, right there.
So you get your fries in a cup and you put it in the cup holder and you can eat your fries.
You know what? That's laziness of an order I don't even believe is should be happening.
Yeah, I
at all.
agree.
Right.
Although I
mean,
do
isn't
like
part of the fun reaching down in the bag and getting an extra?
I do believe my favorite one, though, is there's a meme where someone opens their sunglasses holder on the roof of their car and they put a taco in it. I do like that.
That's funny.
Yummy.
And let's close with this. I love this comic. Nate Bargatze. He says his wife is in charge of all the manly things in his house. And he was having trouble with his water heater.
We had our water heater, something, I don't know, but I walked by at the wrong time. Now I'm in a water heater conversation. And I'm like, yeah, well, these tough time for water heaters, you know, like just. Well, finally, you know, he's like, well, where's the water heater at? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think we have one, to be honest. And we would like to buy one from you today. And he was very confused by this. He didn't know what to say, but, you know, it's a new time. So he was like, is your husband here by any chance?
That's all I got for you today,
Oh, my
Mike.
God. We got to get out of here. Check out the bonus show. Tomorrow will be, who knows what we'll talk about. Probably Oscar going to Boston.
Boston.
And all
Or
that fun
Medellin.
stuff. And,
Have fun,
or
dear.
Medellin, Colombia. And how to paint our way out of global warming.
Ooh.
It's true.
You're going
I
to fix
read
it,
the-
aren't you?
I'm Mike O'Mara, and I read the New York Times.
Attaboy.
Yeah, that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. For Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, Mike O'Mara is saying so long, everybody.
They're called fruitcakes, and you can buy them.
Do it. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I want you to start absorbing what I'm saying to you. You just want to talk. I'm not your psychiatrist.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.